Senator King. Senator Tillis, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations, gentlemen, on your nominations. I may not be able to ask all of you questions, but you can leave the room knowing that you have my vote for confirmation. Mr. Storch, I want to start with you. Once you're confirmed, what would you do to investigate the planning, execution, and aftermath of the withdrawal from Afghanistan and the DOD's role in it?
So the OIG has jurisdiction over all programs and operations of the department. And additionally, as I'm sure you're aware, it serves as the lead IG for Operation Freedom Sentinel. While I am not in a position to, forecast any particular reviews or the like, if I am confirmed, I would look forward to meeting with the team at the OIG, to consulting with the Department of State and the USAID IGs, and also coordinating as appropriate with SIGAR, with the Special IG for Afghanistan Reconstruction, to determine what oversight would be appropriate. And I very much would welcome the opportunity to engage with the committee as to its thoughts in the area.
One of the things that I thank you for that answer. I was personally involved in August with trying to get families and SIV holders, U.S. citizens, out of Afghanistan. We were successful, but we only scratched the surface of the number of cases that my office is tracking. One of the things that became very apparent to me is that we were providing net incremental information to the State Department and to the DOD on SIV holders. I mean, literally capturing paperwork and documentation that you would have thought would have just been in the normal course of business, how we keep track of those who are working alongside of our service members in combat situations. So I think that needs attention. We need to systematize it. We've taken a little bit of a hit reputationally for how we've handled some of the SIV holders, how thousands of people are still in Afghanistan. So I think that I'd be very interested in understanding the system that is in place, and why on earth at 2:30 in the morning am I discussing the transmission of documents from unit commanders and pictures of SIV holders to an agency that you would have thought would have had some of that information readily available. I think it would have probably expedited some of their departures. So that's another area. And then finally, on an interagency perspective, I think I saw wheels kind of get sand in them with the interagency handoff. I don't know how that works because that swims outside of your lanes, but it seems like there has to be an analysis of the interagency interaction and how we can do a better job if, God forbid, we ever find ourselves in a situation like we did in Afghanistan last year. So thank you for that. Dr. Martinez, I know that you have been supportive of the Center for Regenerative Medicine, my friend Dr. Atala down at Wake Forest, that program in your past role. You've been supportive of it. Once you're confirmed, can I expect that you will continue to support that and other similar efforts in your new role?
Senator, the readiness of the force, medical, is critical to what we do. Part of that is bringing new solution sets to questions that we want to answer and questions we don't even know we need to ask. That's how research works. So if confirmed, I will continue the effort across this broad spectrum of research, medical research, to bring solution sets that our service members so deserve.
Well, I think what we're doing at Wake and across research institutions nationwide is very promising and something that I hope that we can continue to support and fund and encourage. I just want to echo what I want to take a slightly different tact on the electronic health record. I'm on the VA committee. We've been working on that implementation. We have to understand that is still several years away before it's fully implemented within the VA. But I was glad to hear the Secretary of the VA is starting up a joint office with the DOD so that they can start tracking and making sure that we have that seamless transfer of data at the right time so that we can get to a more precise analysis of a service member once they transition, have the sorts of interventions and things that we need in place, and the medical record is going to be critically important. So do I have your commitment that you will be working with the VA to make sure that as they implement, we don't miss that opportunity to have that seamless transition and long-term cooperation so that these platforms continue to be interoperable?
Senator, yes.
Thank you. And Mr. Lohman, just very briefly, Give me an idea of what you think about the current reforms that we've seen, acquisition reforms. This is an area where I spend a lot of time. I think that there's still gold on the floors for additional reforms and efficiencies there. Tell me a little bit about your perspective on the current reforms that have been implemented and go-forward strategy.
Senator, I think the reforms that have been implementing are helping. We've got some more work to do. I will tell you that in the product support manager's role and the early development of the sustainment strategies before you begin producing the end item is critical to containing life cycle cost. And so that'll be one, if confirmed as the ASDS, one of my focus areas will be to make sure that the product support managers have the appropriate authorities, they have the data analytic tools, and they are at the table developing, along with their acquisition brethren, developing the contract frameworks and the organic industrial-based strategies that will help to contain sustainment costs, but also produce the readiness the department needs.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Tillis. Senator Warren, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.